It helps us with laundry, and we take showers when we need it. You know, sometimes they feed us. You know, it's really good shelter. They're awesome people because they help the homeless.
There's 3 words: awesome and thank you.
Love and servitude. The reason why, because our mission on earth as individuals, our mission is to reach out to our fellow human beings individually and collectively, which you guys are doing collectively, and you're doing a very fine job.
To me, the shelter is hopeful. It gives me hope that, you know, there are things better and there are people that actually care about the situation that we're in.
Refuge. Gives us a place to come for food and take a shower. I haven't had a shower for a week. And it's very refreshing when you do get in there.
It was a safe haven for me because it was a place that I needed to be at. I was on the street, I had just got out of rehab, and I needed a place to come. And they were very open and very willing to bring me in, and with open arms, and just let me come on in without any questions.
It's a blessing. This winter when I came in, it saved me from the cold weather. I'm on my 2nd pacemaker, had nowhere to go, didn't know what to do, and he just took me in. It's been great. I mean, we all have our troubles and stuff, and I'm no different than anybody else. But if it wasn't for this cold shelter and giving us our showers, I wouldn't know where to go and what to do.
I'm very happy. New house, new apartment. Yeah. Back and not on the streets no more. Yeah. Thank you for everything y'all did at the shelter for us.
I was 22, newly married, when my wife and I made the decision to take our 2 nieces and 2 nephews. They came to us with nothing. My wife and I were both working, but not making enough for our family of 6. Before long, we had to choose food over rent. I was worried that soon we'd be living in our car. We were committed to keeping our instant family together. I thought that going to a shelter meant that our family would be split up. Then our caseworker told us about Family Promise and the fact that they don't split families up. We went to the day center for an interview. Then we also had to pass a background check and a drug screening because we had to be clean to enter the program. Family Promise helped us get back on our feet by providing a safe place to live, counseling, budgeting, and helping us find better jobs. They gave us hope and a roadmap to be self-sufficient. When we weren't at work or school, we spent time at the day center. Evenings, we'd stay at the worship center. Members of the congregation would prepare food, and we'd eat as a family. Each of the families had their own room for sleeping. For us, everything was provided except for the gas in our car, so we could save money pretty quickly. We left Family Promise just under the 90 days that they gave us.
Homeless people are often thought of as the person outside of the stadium at the ball game begging for money, but that is not a true representation of homelessness in our area. People think that people who are homeless are responsible for their position, and that's not always true. In most situations, the family is split apart when they're homeless. Mom and the younger children go to one shelter, and Dad and the older boys have to go to another shelter. Family Promise is the only shelter in the area that keeps the entire family together. For with the heart one believes and is justified, and with the mouth one confesses and is saved. For the scripture says, everyone who believes in him will not be put to shame. For there is no distinction between Jew and Greek, for the same Lord is Lord of all, bestowing his riches on all who call on him. For everyone who calls on the name of the Lord will be saved. How then will they call on him in whom they have not believed? And how are they to believe in him of whom they have never heard? And how are they to hear without someone preaching? And how are they to preach unless they are sent? As it is written, how beautiful are the feet of those who preach the good news.
Hi friends, thanks so much for considering to support Vine and Branch's campus ministry at Northern Kentucky University. If you choose to donate to the campus ministry, a couple of things that your donation will be going to. One is our Wednesday night dinners, which we do before worship, but it's an opportunity for our students to be together safely, of course, right now, but also enjoy something that's not cafeteria food, and give us an opportunity to gather, check in with one another. We do some prayer and some prayer requests with each other over dinner before we head into worship. So it's an important community time for our ministry, and so your support will go to continuing that part of our ministry. One of the other things that we're looking to do is we are going to attempt to do a spring mission trip. Mission is incredibly important to us. It's one of our highlights every single year, and it's an experience that's very important to our students. We work with UMCOR every year, United Methodist Committee on Relief, to do disaster relief. We are still going to try to do a trip this spring. It will probably be after graduation, so sometime in the month of May, and we are currently looking at heading out west to help out with some of the wildfire relief. Again, this is also kind of tentative. We're still waiting to see what's going to happen with some of those restrictions. But your support would also go to help us get out to those sites and help us out the week that we will be gone in feeding our students and buying supplies and doing all of the things that we need to do to make the mission trip happen. So those would be two of the big things that you would be helping us out with, is our every week Wednesday night dinner, and then our big project every year, our spring mission trip. Thank you again for considering your donation to Vine and Branch's campus ministry. We appreciate you.
I think the idea sparked when I was volunteering, serving meals at the Hosea House. and I witnessed the impact that the Hosea House has. As I was watching these families who needed a hot meal and were able to receive that meal, thankfully, from the Hosea House, I started thinking, well, what more could we do?
This is actually a two-part event. Today, we're gathering the gifts. People are bringing the blankets and the sleeping bags and socks. And then next Saturday at Hosea House, we're actually hosting a party with Executive Transportation and others to hand these gifts out to the children in our community. And there will be an elf or Santa. Q102 is going to be there. And that's going to be the real joyous part of this, because right now we're gathering things that will be given out in a week.
We just have our mini coach that we're trying to fill, but my hope is in 10 years I can fill a full-size motor coach with needed items. The Carabellos, the Superior Prosthetic Solutions, Q102, it was heartwarming to see how willing those people were to just jump right in. What do you need? What can we do for you? And make it all happen and come together.
You know, and it really is important that that sense of belonging that we get, because I don't know how many times we've seen where, you know, there's Carabellos and there's, you know, these businesses, especially in this community, that's kind of regenerating itself. And then we're this place on the corner, you know, with all those homeless people standing outside. And so to be included as part of the community in something like this means a lot. It really does. This event will have a great impact. We've had more success in outreach in the last 3 hours of this event than we have in months. We've got people that are wanting to come and volunteer at Hosea House. I don't think a lot of people understand the impact that something like this has.
Dear Hosea House family, may this holiday season bring you joy and hope in knowing that you have a community that embraces you, loves you, and supports you. Merry Christmas.